Hello, my name is Kent Field, and thank you for tuning into this YouTube channel, The Bible versus Opinions. God bless you in your search for the truth. While all people have opinions on many subjects, including the Bible and religion, not all opinions carry the same weight or value. For example, would you go to a plumber for his advice on brain surgery? Would you go to a mechanic for his advice on heart surgery? The point is, not all opinions carry the same weight or value on a particular subject. That's why I'm not offering you my mere opinion, but Bible answers alone. So here's the challenge. Are you open to learning beyond your current understanding and knowledge of the Bible? If so, then this channel is for you. If these studies have helped you to grow in your understanding of the Bible, or even life itself, please like and subscribe and share this channel with others so that they too may be challenged and grow in their understanding of the scriptures.
You know, people talk about, don't argue about religion or politics. And there's one other thing, I can't remember what it is. But if you do, just speak up. But for the life of me, what's more important? And if you really believe something, well, then it's worth fighting for. Because if it isn't worth fighting for, it isn't worth believing. So, I just want to discuss that because at some point or another, people are going to say, you know, I don't necessarily disagree with what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it. No, then you're disagreeing with what I'm saying. Because if I said something you agreed with, and here's the test, and I've tested this, if I say something that you do agree with the same amount of passion and conviction, you don't mind what I'm saying or how I'm saying it. So the real test is the fact of whether or not it's true and right and worth believing, and then it's worth fighting for. I don't care if it's the Constitution, politics, morality. Oh, maybe that's the other thing. Morality, politics, and religion. Well, religion and morality to me go together. But, you know, to each his own, and my religion's not the same as your religion, and that whole relativistic philosophy is just plain wrong. Now, recently we discussed the idea of true and false doctrines even before this tape. And as a teacher of mine who's since gone on to be with Jesus, named Richard Rogers, made the point, and it's a very good point, that if there's just a truth, and my truth and your truth can be different, then there can be nothing false. Because everybody's truth is their truth, period, and nobody's wrong. Oh, well, it depends. Majority rules. That's what makes it wrong. Like, everybody agrees that Hitler's truth, everybody uses Adolf Hitler as an example. We could use Genghis Khan or Nero or other people, or Stalin, maybe Vladimir Putin, maybe Joe Biden. But if you say that truth is relative, well, then Hitler's truth is not false or wrong. Oh, how can you say that? By the fact that if you're telling me that you have a truth, and that's just as valid as the truth that I believe in, I didn't say a truth, by the way, I believe in, then what's wrong? What's false? You can't argue against false. But Jesus said, beware of false teachers in the Sermon on the Mount, who come to you in sheep's clothing. So they look meh on the outside, right? But inwardly, they're ravenous, salivating wolves. They're just starving and hungry and seeking to devour you. So beware of false teachers. But wait a minute. If there's false teachers, then there must be truth. the truth. And whenever you see the word truth in the Bible, it's not with the indefinite article, that is, a truth. That's indefinite, like sit in a chair. That doesn't tell you to sit in any specific chair. But if I say sit in the chair, now I'm being more specific. If I said pick up the book, you know I'm not just saying pick up any book or a book. Then you could just look around for a book and pick it up. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? You know, in a court of law. Well, do you promise or do you so affirm or whatever you want, however they want to say it in certain courts? The point is you're promising to tell the truth, not your truth. And I thought that was interesting when Nancy Pelosi, about a year or two ago, was talking about differing on the facts. I don't know if it was about COVID or if it was about the Second Amendment or crime or whatever, but I just remember her saying in the Oval Office, oh yes, and it was during the Trump presidency, she said something like, our facts, our truth is not necessarily your truth. Oh, well then, whose truth is correct and whose truth is therefore false? Oh, nobody's truth is false. Oh, well then Trump's always right. At least in Trump's world of truth. But she wouldn't say that. Once you say the truth, you're exposing an alternative. Jesus said, if, and that's a conditional statement. That's a word introducing a conditional statement. If you abide in my word, then, and that's computer programming, by the way. That's basic programming 101 in computerese or extended basic. They're what's called if-then statements. And that's how you go in various directions in program, no matter what the language is. Computer programming basically is made up of a binary code, that is two numbers, 0 and 1. 0 off, 1 on. And switches, these are switches that turn off and on depending on what the switch said just before it. And that's how they program things. So, if you say this, then it goes here. If they say that, then it goes there. If they say this, then it goes back to the beginning, or whatever. That's how programming works. Well, it's a conditional statement. Jesus said, if you abide in my word, then truly you are disciples of mine. Jesus's. And you will know a truth. No, he didn't say that. Read it carefully. He said, you will know the truth. And it's the truth that makes you free. Not your truth. Not whatever you were taught to believe when you were a kid. Unless it was the truth. But you got to check that out then, don't you? Because don't the Jehovah's Witnesses that were raised as Jehovah's Witnesses believe that they have the truth or a truth? How about Baptists? How about Catholics? How about Methodists? How about Jews? How about Islam? Muslims? How about Buddhists? How about Hindus? So many truths. But then there's what Jesus talked about, spoke about, the truth. Like I said, I didn't wrote it, I just quoted. John 8:32, right?
That's the end of it.
That's the end of it. John 31 and 32? John 8:31 and 32? Okay. So, it's really important when we nail these things down. And we need to be willing to stand on the truth.
Thanks for being a part of that study segment. I promise you that, Lord willing, there's more to come. With the understanding that the mind can only absorb what the seat can endure, many of these studies have been broken up into a series of bite-sized segments. So be sure to look for the next segment in each Bible study subject, so you won't miss out on any important information. Please like and subscribe if you feel that this lesson has helped you. And God bless you in your search for truth.